Why, hello. Hey guys, how's it going? So, I tell you, weather out here in California is crazy. In the morning, it's freezing cold. It's September. Shouldn't be freezing cold, but it is. It's freezing in my house. But like, I'm gonna go outside for Pride in a few hours, and it's Oakland Pride today, which I'm excited about. But it's gonna be like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hot because, you know, I'm in the East Bay. Anyway, random stuff about the weather aside, I wanted to come on here. I had an interesting topic that I was thinking about the other day. And I was actually debating with somebody about this. We were having this debate. It was with my brother, and he actually made an appearance back in one of my videos like a way long time ago. If I can find it, I'll put an annotation up. It was really awesome to see him, his wife, my niece. I hadn't met my niece ever. She's like 16 months old, so that was really fun. But me and my brother like to debate different things. Some points that are like old arguments that have been in the family about like, is it legitimate for me to transition from male to female? The argument in general, and I'll take family out of it and just display it as an impartial argument, is that you shouldn't transition because it's morally wrong, religious reasons or whatever. So you have to get a little bit deeper into that. My point was, all right, look, there's been a study out there, and I saw this when I was at the Philadelphia Transgender Health Conference this year, and they had this whole presentation about this little part in your brain. I think it's called the hypothalamus. And it's this little part in your brain, and it's one size for men and it's a different size for women, and it's one of the only like legitimate physical pieces in the brain that they found that is different between genetic men and genetic women, or people who are assigned those at birth. And what they found actually was that in trans women, and that they'd seen in this study, theirs was the size of a cisgender woman's. And so they were saying, oh look, this might actually be the physical difference, like an actual provable thing, to say like, look, you are trans. Like, there are legitimate medical reasons, and here they are. Here is, like, I got a brain scan, I got diagnosed with this thing, there you go. But see, if you go down this road, it's this very dangerous road, right? So what if there came out a test? You could go to your doctor and get this test, and they would look in your brain and they would find out what the size of it was, and if it was a certain size, then you were considered a trans woman. You got all your, you know, surgeries covered by medical insurance or whatever. You got all your hormones covered. But then imagine I go in, right, and it's not the right size. Like, all of a sudden they want to try and tell me, oh, you're not trans. You can't be trans. You can't be a woman because you don't have this thing in your brain, which I think, like, that's just really dangerous. You can't tell somebody that they can't be who they are. The whole point that I've been arguing, like, is that people need to be able to be who they are. I really agree with that. And I would never want to have a system in place that would fight that. So, like, there's that very dangerous argument. So, as we continue on with this debate, my brother changes the argument. He says, well, even if that's the case, even if there is a legitimate medical thing, we're all born, we all have our cross to bear in this world. And then, so now we've turned from I don't know what kind of argument, but to a religious argument where I should bear this, even if there's legitimate medical reason that my brain is female, I should live as a male because that's my cross to bear. And so that totally changes the argument. But again, this is a very dangerous argument to have, because what if tomorrow there was a cure for autism? Autism is something people have, and it can be devastating to families, to individuals. There's a lot of really intense birth defects out there that just make it completely impossible for somebody to live a normal life. What if there was a cure for that? Would you then say, I'm sorry, we don't believe in that cure because that's this person's cross to bear, and that's their family's cross to bear. And that just seems like a really fucked up argument. And some people make that, like, some people don't want any, and like, I'm not going to get into religion, I'm not. But, so that's a dangerous argument to have, though, this whole thing about, what if there was something legitimate in your brain or something physical that you could actually get diagnosed or pointed to that would say, look, this person is trans or legitimate medical reasons. I would almost feel validated if I got that. Like, there's the want to feel validation out of that. Like, look, there is something really going on. I'm not crazy. Like, yay. But, you know, at the same time, like, what if it's not? And I love having those kinds of debates and talks with people. Like, it's not that we're fighting or arguing or something. It's just that we're having really deep conversations, and I like that. So that's why I kind of wanted to share, because I think it had a lot of relevance, and I thought that a lot of people would find that interesting. So if you found that interesting, I mean, what are your thoughts? If there was a way to look in your brain and see, like, this, you know, this is it, you're whatever you are, would you want it? Would you not want it? What are your thoughts on that? I don't know, it's a deep thought. So anyway, it was great to see you guys. I'm going to have fun at Pride today. So if you're in Oakland and you're at Pride and you see me, come up and say hey. I'll see you guys later.